Scanning. This season seems to be going pretty well so far. Doctor Who Season 12, Episodes 1 through 5 are all the episodes that have been released. I have watched all of them, and I'm going to give my thoughts on them. Allons-y. Okay, so first up we have the New Year's Eve premiere, which was Spyfall Part 1, which features the Doctor, Yaz, Graham, Ryan, and the TARDIS as the main characters. Note up, it's Doctor Who. All these episodes have these people, by the way. But a spy theme in a Doctor Who episode doesn't sound like a good idea on paper or in execution, but I really enjoyed the start to this season with this episode. I know a lot of people are tired of the whole mystery box trope that Doctor Who has, but I don't see a problem with it if it's done well. If it's done terrible, then the internet will yell at it. The internet's already yelling about Doctor Who because... But overall, I think this is a good start to the season. I like the Doctor. I've actually never had a problem with the Doctor becoming female, like a lot of fanboys have. But this episode, she's... Throughout the season so far, they make like one-off jokes about it. Like in this episode in part 2, she's like, I'm a man. Oh, no, I'm a lady now. Which, she's like, no, wait. In this episode, in part 1, she's like, hi, I got an upgrade to Stephen Fry's character, who's the head of MI6, I believe, in this episode. And, like, they thought... Okay, this is a reoccurring gag throughout the season so far, that people think Graham's the Doctor when he's not, which I actually like it because knowing the Doctor, you would think that would be him. But no, the Doctor's now her, and the characters are like, really? And then I love the introduction to the Master. He's like, I told you to look for the Spy Master. The Spy Master. And then the Doctor's like, oh. And she's like, that's why I chose the Nemo. Yes, you get it. And everything you know is a lie. That was a chilling line there. Overall, for Spyfall Part 1, I give it a 9 out of 10. It was a good opener. Could have done some stuff better. But overall, it was enjoyable. Now on to Part 2. This part starts right after the first part ended, obviously. Graham, Ryan, and Yaz are falling to their death from a plane because the Master blew it up, because that's what the Master does. He blows stuff up, because he's kind of psychotic. Okay, he is psychotic. We all know the Master's psychotic if you know Doctor Who. But then we have the introduction... Then we have some more expanded on the alien species for this episode, which I really don't recall their name. I really don't. The, like, light people thing that drains human energy. Yeah, I'm not sure about that part. But I'm never sure whenever it comes to Doctor Who. And, like, throughout this episode, the Doctor's, like, jumping through time, like, so inaccurately because she doesn't have her TARDIS on her, so she had to find another way to time travel, which she did by going through the creatures and coming out at other points of time. But the thing with the other points in time are they're connected because of the technology. It's always, like, famous, like, inventors, like, the person who invented the first computer, Ada Lovelace, and then it was a French, I believe, yeah, because it was in Paris. It was a French girl who was a master at decoding and sending messages for World War II. And we get the Master dressed as a Nazi, which I'm like, a little on the nose there, but yeah, he would be a Nazi. And then whenever he ages back into the present, he's like, the 20th century sucked. I'm going to kill all of you to relieve my stress. And the last thing he says to the doctor is that he destroyed Gallifrey, which the doctor's like, no way you actually destroyed Gallifrey again, because Gallifrey's been destroyed 2 different times now, once by the war and second by the Master. The doctor saved it from the Time War by putting it into a time stasis bubble thing. Don't know about that point, but yeah. So then after he says that, she goes and checks on Gallifrey and she sees that in ruin, and that's just I really like the visual there. Overall, I give Spyfall Part 2 a 8 out of 10. Because it makes a joke about the Doctor not being a man. She's like, I am the fantastical efforting man. Wait, lady. And yeah, some of the lines were clunky. The companions really don't do much either. Then after that episode, we have episode 3, Orphan 55. This was real. You could tell this was a filler episode. I liked it, but so basically the Doctor and her companions go to a spa, and they meet this old couple, which they die. I liked the old couple. They should have lived. And then this one girl who bonds with Ryan over sucking their thumb because logic wants to blow up the spa because her mom, who abandoned her and her dad, built the place to give to her, but she doesn't know that she's going to give to her. And the monsters are just... I don't like the monsters in this episode. I think they were called drags. I don't like them. They were dumb. They're angry trees, as the Doctor described. But I did like the little kid with the green hair. I believe his name was Silas. I really enjoyed him in this episode. He was funny. Like how he built everything and his dad was kind of a bumbly buffoon. Because Doctor Who likes that. Every show has that trope with a bumbling buffoon dad. That's not a cliche. No, but I'm really sad that the old people die, but I do love how they go out. Like, Benny, he's like, in the episode he keeps trying to propose to his girlfriend because they're not married. They've been together for 60 years and haven't got married because they didn't think they needed to. So like before he dies, he's like, "Will you marry me?" And she's like, "Oh yes, Benny." What's the second question? Because he said he had 2 questions. Can somebody shoot me? Because he was in pain from the creatures. But that was just hilarious. And then one of the people does shoot him. And then the old lady gets pissed at her, and she's like, "You killed my Benny!" And then, like, she grabs a blaster and goes out shooting the alien. She's like, "Which one of you killed him? Die!" It was great. I love that part, but it was an average episode, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's not entirely awful, because I don't think any episode of Doctor Who is truly awful, besides Love and Monsters. No, I'm joking about that, but I actually do like that episode. Okay, next we have Tesla's Terror, or the Nightmare Terror of Tesla. I don't remember the exact name. But this is an episode focusing on the Doctor meeting Nikola Tesla and saving him from alien scorpion things called Shiva, which they look like the Raskna Queen, which they don't even bring it up in the episode because, like, it's blatantly obvious that it's an offshoot, where with the Absorbotha and Slitheen, they made it very clear that they were offshoots. Be like, "I'm from the Slitheen sister planet." "Oh, really? What's the sister planet name of blah 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 blah?" "Clom." "Really? Clom?" But yeah. Sorry, a slight tangent there. And then, I do like how Tesla's portrayed in this episode. He's a brilliant man, but he doesn't patent anything, and he keeps all the blueprints up here. And I love how him and the Doctor, like, connect because they're both inventors and both outcasts because of the things they've done. It also has Edison, and he's, like, looking around at inventions to steal, and they're like, keep an eye on him. And, like, the main cast, the only one of them that knows who Tesla actually is the Doctor. Which is like, who's Tesla? Oi, they named a car after him, right? Yeah, that must be it. He must have invented the car. And the Doctor's like, long before the car, guys, come on. But then, like, they're like, oh, we all know who Edison is. He's kind of a jerk, isn't he? Yeah, he kind of is. So, but yeah, they defeat the aliens. The Doctor... I like this episode. This might be my favorite episode of the season so far. So I give episode 4, Tesla's Terror, or whatever it's called, a 9 out of 10. I'm not giving anything a 10 out of a 10 yet. So yeah. Finally, we have the newest episode, which I forget what it's called. I just deleted it. It was something about the Judoon platoon on the moon. Let me see if I can.
Inhibitor or Alisphere, or if you've had an.
Well. If I can figure out what the name of it is, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, hold on, give me a sec.
Price before you begin.
Goodness,
Makes
no.
things crystal clear. Upfront, transparent pricing. Sorry, Trevor.
Nope. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So sorry, I can't look up what the name of the episode was. It was something about the Judoon platoon near the moon. Which I do love that joke, because the first time we ever see the Judoon, and it was just for the purpose of making this joke, that's why they have the name Judoon, is because the Doctor, David Tennant at the time, could not pronounce words that ended with "oon" without his accent showing, so they made him say the line, "There's a Judoon platoon on the moon!" And, like, they keep referencing the joke. They do it twice, which I think they should have done it one more time because of the rule of 3, but... yeah, the Judoon were just there for most of it. But we did get to see something cool in the episode, which I really loved. This is probably my second favorite, but also it gets points docked for the confusion it caused. In the episode, we see Captain Jack Harkness return, which we haven't seen since the 10th Doctor regenerated. So it's been like 10 years since we've seen him in Doctor Who. Which, he's like, okay, so he is trying to get the Doctor to be teleported to him because he stole some tech, because of course he did. But, no, every time he tries to teleport her, it grabs one of her companions. At first it grabs Graham, and she's like, "Did you?" And he's like, "Did you miss me?" And he runs up to Graham and kisses him, and he's like, "I like the new look. I like the gray. Very distinguished, but still sexy." I love they did not change anything about Captain Jack. He still wants to everyone, and he is still the best character ever. And she's like, he's like, you mean you aren't the Doctor? He's like, no, I'm not the Doctor. Who are you? He's like, Captain Jack Harkness. The Doctor knows me. Tell him I have a message for him. She's like, well, technically, it's a her now. And he's like, oh, yes, I can't wait to meet her now. Because the Doctor. So, yeah, and then, he teleports Yaz and, Ryan to him. And she's like, I like you. I also like you, but the Silver Fox, referencing Graham, said she, not he, so that means you're her. He's like, they're like, wrong again. And he's like, Really? 3 of you? I had a dream about this once. But yeah, Captain Jack Harkness' main mission in this episode was he was trying to get a message to the Doctor about the lone Cybermen, which could help explain the confusion in this episode that appears because the Doctor meets the Doctor who doesn't know that she's the Doctor and has buried the TARDIS. Okay. No. The only way this is possible is if the Dr. Ruth, which is the Doctor, but not the Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. It's the Doctor who we don't know how she's the Doctor. Because if one of them was in the other's past, they would recognize each other. They would remember their past because they remember their past existence, but they don't remember. Either one of them remembers them. And we've seen our Doctor's regeneration cycle. Unless they want to add in another one, but that's besides the point. Because they've done it once, might as well do it again. But with the Doctor in this episode, they're like, you're not me, I'm me. They're like, you can't be me because I'm me. And it's like an argument like that back and forth. And this Doctor uses guns and rips off the Jejune Horn. I have problems with that. Overall, I did like this episode, despite the confusion. I give it an 8 out of 10. And yeah, so overall, those were my thoughts on the first 5 episodes of Series 12 of Doctor Who. Did you guys watch them? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to do a separate video coming very soon about my theory about the Doctor, the other Doctor, I mean, not our Doctor, you know what I mean. So yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with friends if you have them, and I'll see you guys